This Friday on You Plug.
With all due respect,
Sorry.
yeah, we are in trouble.
That's what I bring to the table.
Really strikes the ego of a man.
Women have to be conforming to this image in order to be accepted.
Yeah, sure. Man wants.
What you bring to the table will decide whether you are
sure.
worth it or not.
So if a person asks you stuff like that, just walk away.
Leave the table.
Yeah, no, leave that table.
They'll tell you that a man's stomach has to be full.
You don't just demand things and find them. Those things need to be cultivated within that relationship.
Women are prepared for men.
Yeah, sure. You are going to a relationship like you are applying for a post at work.
Men don't want a partner with 6 figures.
With 6 figures.
Who doesn't?
6 figures is part of the package. When it comes, take. If we're saying we're going to deconstruct patriarchy, we need to be intentional.
What Men Want with Mac and Oaks.
Greetings, friends and family. Welcome to You Plug. Welcome to the plug that keeps you plugged in. Thank you for setting the time aside to spend it with us. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for connecting. And if you're a new visitor in this channel, please do hit that subscription button. Turn on your post notification so that when we upload the content, you will be notified. Beke libeke. And if you do not know who this guy is, nag-opa wa haramalega nagumnar nom sudo kata fasa wa shatu kata gas gingi dan kamu sul kamu na tuturu sa gi goble men tabatur moru mutul ko mari tswana buda gomu utara mutu. And as always, I'm chilling with my guy here. Hi Mac.
Hi friends and family, thank you for joining us today. We are happy to have you. It's a beautiful evening, as you can see the ambience.
Oh yeah,
there's,
sure.
There's lightning, there's rain.
Yeah,
it is beautiful. We hope that when you see this episode that you also enjoy that atmosphere.
Oh yeah, sure.
But I am Mac, I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the child of the Most High God. Blessed and highly favored, a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a nation belonging to God, to declare the praises of Him who has called me out of darkness into His wonderful light. It's beautiful to be with you. What's up?
Yeah, we are in trouble. We're in trouble.
That's what I bring to the table.
You bring the base on the table.
I'm bringing it to the table. I think we're bringing to tables.
Oh yeah, wow, Meg, thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. Friends and family, thank you for joining us. Thank you for setting your time aside. We really do appreciate that, and we want to go right into it, Meg. Oh, before that, we want to appreciate your participation, your comments, and the subscriptions. We see them coming. We see the comments. We see the shout outs. We really appreciate that. Please continue doing that. We appreciate it when you engage us. We love that. Today we want to talk about this. There's been this video that has been trending. If you have been in this space for a while, you know that every now and then when we have things that comes up as it relates to relationships, we do pause and respond to that. And I want you guys to look at this video right now. And we will just make some few remarks on that.
Yeah. So our team of editors will be playing it on your screen right now. Thank you, team. Let's take it away.
Sure.
So I hear a lot of men asking, well, what do you bring to the table? And women are now so attractive and, making money and all these things. So we feel like, well, that automatically makes me a good catch. Look at me, I'm attractive and I make some money. Do you understand that even if you have a good paying job, a man will walk past your 6-figure making self and as attractive as you are and go to the mugly girl at Burger King because she knew how to be his piece and how to give him what he really was looking for? It doesn't matter what you make. Men don't care. When men ask you, what do you bring to the table? They're simply asking, do you know how how to be my peace? Will you listen to me? Will you encourage me? Will you help me to pursue my dreams and to be a better man and a human being? Are you compassionate? Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you nurturing? Will you pray with me? Will you pray for me? I'm out here fighting the world. I don't want to come home and fight with you too. If I'm going to fight, I hope that you'll fight with me and fight for me. Are you going to be everything that I need? Because at the end of the day, what I'm really looking for is peace and stability. They will walk past everything if you're not that.
Yes, that's the video. It has been trending. I'm sure when you check it again on TikTok, it will have maybe almost 300,000 reactions. At this point, it had just over 200 reactions. By reactions, it's unlike Facebook and all of those things. TikTok, you just love. If you don't like something, just pass it. If you react to it, you love it. It has quite a number of views and shares, and we thought we want to bring it to the space and just have a conversation around that video. And I think before you adopt it, and personalize it and take it as your motto, maybe you would want to engage us in a conversation, and we will appreciate that. If you want to take it as is, it's still okay. We're not prescriptive. We just give our own input as it relates to things like that. So I think for me, first thing first, I mean, with all due respect to the lady, and I think if you can check, she has she has quite a number of other videos giving advice on relationships, on men and women, and what they want, what they do not want, what they expect, all of those kind of things. But we thought we should respond to this very specific one as we deliberated on it, Meg and I. And for me, first thing before I even discuss the content, it's just the you know, it sounds like someone who has who studied men and kind of get this punchline or this revelation kind of thing.
Got the breakthrough.
And they're sharing those advices with other women who wants to keep their men. And for me, that's the kind of image that I am getting. So it's kind of sharing this thing to fellow women who wants to keep their men. Before we even go deeper into it, for you, what comes to mind as you listen to that video?
It's I mean, it sounds very, you know, those quick stuff that sound good and that sound
so powerful.
So powerful too. And but I mean, this is why we have it on Uplug and have these conversations on Uplug, because we want to break it down. It's not necessarily making a big deal out of nothing or being too critical, but what I think what we want to unravel is what are things that we might be blinded to, that we might be succumbing to as society, that may be detrimental even to our relationships, or is it even realistic? Because she said men don't want partner with six figures. Who doesn't?
Imagine.
Just let him pass.
6 figures. That's not necessarily realistic.
It's not to say that that's what. It's not necessarily to even say that. I don't think what we are trying to say is, how do I put this, that we are not, it's not primarily what we're looking for, 6 figures. But when 6 figures comes,
6 figures is part of the package. When it comes, take.
Well, it doesn't mean that when you have 6 figures that you don't have anything more to do.
Exactly. We want that 6 figures and more. So, I think you have rightfully stated, but also even just to analyze, you know, this kind of videos are appealing to this men who call themselves hustlers, this fulfilled or self-proclaimed hustlers, kind of who and it's almost those men who seem to be more matured, kind of, and it appeals to them. I mean, I've been watching other people have duetted that
Sure.
video, and you could see, man, how it's appealing to. It really strikes the ego
Yeah.
of a man. You know, I just, with all due respect, I have so much. I'm conflicted. I have so much problems as it relates to that, Mac. And part of it is just this constant man wants. In a relationship, man wants. You see, that's the, especially in a country like South Africa, I don't know other countries, we're trying to undo the evils of patriarchy. And videos like this, if we just overlook and listen to how beautiful and how encouraging it is, it's, if we don't pause and really listen to what this person is saying, it's perpetuating that same crime of patriarchy, because it's saying it's man's world. You need to conform to this world. For you to be able to be in a relationship with a man, you need to be you need to be package yourself in this way. It's about what men want. What men want.
Because that's the thing now. It's like women have to be conforming to this image in order to be accepted by men. And I mean, you look at that, and as a woman, you're already feeling like, okay, this is how I want to be, so that I can be accepted by a man. Because the question is, what are you bringing to the table? So it's like, what you bring to the table will decide whether you are worth it or not. And why should it be based on another person to decide whether you're worth it? And I know it can be a sense that if you're worth it for me, one could argue that no, I want to gauge whether this person is worth it for me. But already you're putting a general standard to that women need to meet in order to be accepted by men. How are we encouraging women to be confident in who they are, in what they do, and their character and their personality, instead of trying to make them fit one mold in order to please men?
And I think, Mike, I can even go to an extent of saying that for me that's a red flag. And I want to reiterate what you have just said. If a person say, what do you bring on the table? It might sound very good, appealing, but for me that's a red flag. If I bring what I'm bringing on the table, so that you will decide whether I fit into your standard category, whatever expectation or not. So if a person asks you stuff like that, just walk away. They're just about to put a value on you.
Leave the table.
Leave that table. I like that. No. Really, you need to leave that table, because it's a serious challenge, especially where we find ourselves and where we are trying to move, and you're contending with things like that. But also the other thing, Mac, is it brings an idea that a relationship, someone needs to, relationship is hard work. You don't just demand things and find them. Then those things need to be cultivated within that relationship. Relationship is hard work. Now you want to say, what are you bringing? Are you going to be my peace? Are you going to be most of those things are dependent. They just don't. I mean, obviously, when you come in, you need to be a whole person. You need to be whole. You need to be at peace with who you are and your life experiences and all of those things. But the reality of the matter is, relationship is hard work. You don't just find a person with all of those things. We need to cultivate mutual trust, mutual respect, and all of those things within that relationship. You don't just come and say, now when I'm fighting with the world, I don't want to come home and fight with you. If you're not doing what you are supposed to be doing, the fight is inevitable. We are going to fight.
And I mean, at least what it could be even more realistic. I mean, I don't know this, what you bring to the table. I've not really seen it prevalent, or I've not. It's not been a thing, at least. But I'm just wondering if you are asking, what are you bringing to the table? Has something been put onto the table as well to say, this is what I'm bringing, what are you bringing? and see perhaps if this can work out
Yeah, sure.
together.
Yeah, sure.
In terms of, I mean, we are pursuing a relationship. Maybe it's not even a question of what are you bringing to the table, or but what one of our experts has said. What are the expectations?
Yeah, sure.
The experts that we had a conversation with.
I think I would be comfortable with dealing with that question than what are you bringing on the table. I will be comfortable with having to respond to what are your expectations. That's more realistic. That's more for me, and I mean for other people that will be appealing. What are you bringing on the table? Now you are going to a relationship like you are applying for a post at work, because I get it, when you apply for a post at work, you need to have a CV. You have all your stuff that you have achieved, all the relationships that you have. Whether you have passed or failed or whatever record, your track record, kind of thing. That's what you are bringing to the. So for me, it's superficial. I don't think it's realistic, and I think people really need to understand and find their worth. But also, let's be careful of the doctrine that we're perpetuating. About all these kind of things. We continue to paint the picture of this is a man's world. You need to conform. Man needs to decide who they marry. Man needs to decide what characteristic or how should a person look like physically. They need to decide what academically and all of those things. It's a man's thing to decide. That's a problem. It's not helping us with anything.
And I mean, looking into it further, you even see how it plays out in the church space, because women are prepared for men. Basically, you are told how to conduct yourself as a woman, so that
not even at church, Meg. Both church and home.
And I mean, I'm talking about. I mean, now I'm breaking it down into different aspects. Because I mean, having our background or our Christian backdrop, and this place called church, where we find ourselves in a place of worship and of teaching and principles. But those teachings and principles are patriarchal, even to a certain extent. It needs to be. We need to revise and look at how we teach women and ladies growing up, because like I was saying, it's a space where we kind of prepare women to be able to fit men, because they'll tell you that a man's stomach has to be full. A
way to a man's heart is through the stomach.
Yeah.
Who must prepare food for the stomach? It's a woman. And we're not even necessarily saying they shouldn't do that, but we're saying it has just become so much about men that it's difficult to deal with these issues. Church, government, society, it's still a man's world, and I think if I'm to speak with ladies, I mean, things like these are good, the advice, but you need to be critical about those things. You need to think through this thing. What is this person actually saying? Where is the value here? And where is the value of the relationship? Is the value of the relationship in me as a person, or in all this stuff that I am bringing on the table? So we need to just sit down and listen to these things. Take what you think it's going to work, but really be critical. And if we're saying we're going to deconstruct patriarchy, we need to be intentional about it. And we can't overlook it and say only on government. In every aspect, government, relationships, everywhere, we need to be intentional about deconstructing this, because it's really eating into our society.
Definitely. Friends and family, we want to hear your thoughts and your views. We might be making a big deal out of nothing. Let us know if
it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal.
Oops is really touched that
Yeah, no.
Let's hear what you are bringing onto the table.
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
sure.
plug table.
Yes. What are you bringing to the U-Plug table? Let's talk about these things. So please do share with us your opinions. What do you think? Are we, as Meg has said, are we making a big deal out of nothing? Or is it something that is worth considering? Is it something that we need to look into and begin to deconstruct intentionally? Or it's something that we just say, whoever that, if it works, take it. If it doesn't, whatever the case may be. But for me, I just feel so strong about it. I feel like it's, I respect the person who's sharing those advices and everything, but I mean, some of those things we need to look at them and engage them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, friends and family, thank you for joining us this evening. We're excited as always, and we hope that you have an amazing time. This is, I'm not used to closing. How do you do it?
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for plugging in. We appreciate your communication. From Mac and Oops. Maybe we must wake
Remain
up.
plugged.
Remain connected. Ciao.
This production was brought to you by Imago Dei Media.